Daily Bible reading, Deuteronomy chapter 11. Love therefore the Lord your God, and always keep his charge, his laws, his rules, and his commandments. Take thought this day that it was not your children who neither experienced nor witnessed the lessons of the Lord your God, his majesty, his mighty hand, his outstretched arm, the signs and the deeds that he performed in Egypt against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and all his land. What he did to Egypt's army, its horses and chariots, how the Lord rolled back upon them the waters of the Sea of Reeds when they were pursuing you, thus destroying them once and for all. What he did for you in the wilderness before you arrived in this place, and what he did to Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, son of Reuben, when the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them along with their households, their tents, and every living thing in their train, from amidst all Israel. But that it was you who saw with your own eyes all the marvelous deeds that the Lord performed. Keep therefore all the instruction that I enjoin upon you today, so that you may have the strength to enter and take possession of the land that you are about to cross into and possess, and that you may long endure upon the soil that the Lord swore to your fathers to assign to them and to their heirs, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land that you are about to enter and possess is not like the land of Egypt, from which you have come. There the grain you sowed had to be watered by your own labors, like a vegetable garden. But the land you are about to cross into and possess, a land of hills and valleys, soaks up its water from the rains of heaven. It is a land which the Lord your God looks after, on which the Lord your God always keeps his eye, from year's beginning to year's end. If then you obey the commandments that I enjoin upon you this day, loving the Lord your God and serving him with all your heart and soul, I will grant the rain for your land in season, the early rain and the late. You shall gather in your new grain and wine and oil. I will also provide grass in the fields for your cattle, and thus you shall eat your fill. Take care not to be lured away to serve other gods and bow to them, for the Lord's anger will flare up against you, and he will shut up the skies so that there will be no rain, and the ground will not yield its produce. And you will soon perish from the good land that the Lord is assigning to you. Therefore impress these my words upon your very heart. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. And teach them to your children, reciting them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. And inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, to the end that you and your children may endure, in the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to assign to them, as long as there is a heaven over the earth. If then you faithfully keep all this instruction that I command you, loving the Lord your God, walking in all his ways, and holding fast to him, the Lord will dislodge before you all these nations. You will dispossess nations greater and more numerous than you. Every spot on which your foot treads shall be yours. Your territory shall extend from the wilderness to the Lebanon, and from the river, the Euphrates, to the western sea. No man shall stand up to you. The Lord your God will put the dread and the fear of you over the whole land in which you set foot, as he promised you. See, this day I set before you blessing and curse. Blessing, if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God that I enjoin upon you this day, and curse, if you do not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn away from the path that I enjoin upon you this day and follow other gods, whom you have not experienced. When the Lord your God brings you into the land that you are about to enter and possess, you shall pronounce the blessing at Mount Gerizim and the curse at Mount Ebal. Both are on the other side of the Jordan, beyond the west road that is in the land of the Canaanites who dwell in the Arabah, near Gilgal, by the terebinths of Moreh. For you are about to cross the Jordan to enter and possess the land that the Lord your God is assigning to you. When you have occupied it and are settled in it, take care to observe all the laws and rules that I have set before you this day.